Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Take a Guess Rankings podcast. Last week I had a little mishap and didn't get it uploaded, but this week will be 2 episodes combined. And so we're going to get into it. I got 17. He's got a whopping 30. 30 manga.
Dragon Ball Super.
How do you get 30? I feel like I read a lot and I'm at 17. Anyways, he's going to guess for mine first. And just a little reminder, we do got a little streak going. I've won like 4 or 5 in a row.
5.
It's ending, though. There's no way this is going to keep going. There's just no way. So, that being said, what's number 17?
I need to... Alright. Should be ready. 17. And I already lost, didn't I? I'll go with Magu-chan.
That's a good start, number 1. Alright, 16.
Me and Robako.
Hey, hot start, that's 2.
I ended hot.
Yeah, you did. So you're still on a hot streak. 15.
Love or Magic?
15 is Elusive Samurai. Alright, number 14.
After that, break. I'll go Phantom Seer.
Dude, that's 3. That's a fucking good start. Good job. Number 13.
It's Love or Magic.
Oh my god, that's 4.
It's about time!
Number 12.
I Tell C.
Number 12.
Yeah!
Oh my god, you're on fire. Number 11.
Undead Unluck.
Dude, that's... Oh my god. Holy shit, that's 6. Number 10. There's no way I'm winning.
What number? The
Number
excitement took over. A little pressure to keep this up.
Hey, you've already got this W in the bag. There's no way I'm getting 6.
Kaiju.
Number 10 is My Hero Academia.
Oh yeah, that was a little down, now that I remember.
Number 9.
Let's go Fire Force.
Number 9 is Build King.
Why the fuck are you the way you are?
Number 8.
Let's... Fire Force.
Number 8 is Black Clover.
So, for once in my... oh, no, I'll just say that later.
Number 7.
Is Undead Unluck taken?
Yeah, you already picked that.
That's what I thought. That was my 6.
Yeah.
No, I thought Sakamoto was on it, so... 7, let's go Phantom Seer. Where's it taken?
You already guessed Phantom Seer.
Okay.
Got that right.
Then I'll go Fire Force.
Number 7 is Four Nights of the Apocalypse.
I thought about it.
Number 6.
I thought. Kaiju number 8.
Number 6 is Marshall.
Huh.
Yeah. Pretty weird rankings this week. Number 5.
I have weird rankings too. Number 5, gotta be Kaiju.
Number 5 is Sakamoto Days. Number 4.
It's Fire Force.
Number 4 is Kaiju number 8.
I keep flipping.
Number 3.
Let's see, what's left? Fire Force, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Dragon Ball Super. So I'll go Dragon Ball Super.
That's 7.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. And then number 2.
Fire Force.
Number 2 is Jujutsu Kaisen, which means Fire Force is number 1 this week. That was insane. I've never seen a manga do anything like that.
Don't sleep on Fire Force, even though I'm tied up with the dub. So
Do they actually? Well, I guess you probably don't want to spoil it all, but
In a year from now, if it doesn't have a season 3 announcement, I'll probably just pick up the manga.
yeah.
Or maybe even less than that, because I really like it. 30.
Which watch?
Oshinoko. 29.
Which watch?
Ayakashi Triangle. 28.
Love or Magic?
Elusive Samurai. 27.
Which watch?
Dragon Ball Super. I just see a little bit of disgust in your eyes. I'm not too high on the direction of where it's going.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but I still liked it. We'll see how it goes.
26. Granola can't be a big villain. I'm just saying.
I think he's going to be more so an antagonist rather than a villain.
26.
Dr. Stone.
Magu-chan. 25.
Mean Robako.
You got 6 left, but that's a good, nice start. Somewhat of a start, you know.
So I got it. Let's go.
Yeah. But now let's move to 24.
No way I'm winning. I can't even remember what my record is.
You have 5 wins, I have 1.
No, but like my record for most guesses right on a single
It's like
game.
5 or 6.
Yeah, so it's tough. What number are we at?
Number 24.
High School Family.
Which watch?
God.
It's starting to grow on me.
Yeah.
23.
A Couple of Cuckoos.
No, it's Ghost Reaper Girl.
Mm.
So to 22.
Love or Magic.
You're on your way, but that's 2. I still think I got this.
I think you got this too. I think 5 more to tie.
So 21.
Phantom Seer.
It's Build King. So we move down to 20.
Sakamoto Days.
It is Eden Zero. And I'm definitely watching that anime. 19.
High School Family.
You're doing well. That's 3. So, but you got 17 more guesses, and we got to go with 18 right here.
Undead Unluck.
It's Dr. Stone. So, yeah. Not Undead Unluck. So, 17.
Yuzakura Family.
Spy Family.
Oh, I was almost going to pick that one.
Do you have 3 now, or 2?
I have 3.
3, okay. 16.
Hardboiled Cop and Dolphin.
Kaiju number 8. Now to 15.
Undead Unluck.
My Hero Academia.
Oh, that's the next one I was going to guess.
Where is it now? 14.
Hardboiled Cop and Dolphin.
A Couple of Cuckoos.
Yeah, there's no way I'm winning this now. I have come back.
You've had your comeback, so... I'm a Falcons fan. I like the Reds. Those 2 are senseis at blowing leads. So, number 13.
Sakamoto Days.
Marshall. To 12.
ITLC.
Phantom Seer. Move on to 11.
Hardboiled Cop and Dolphin.
You just said it. ITLC.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's no way.
To 10. Top
Hardboiled
10.
Cop and Dolphin.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I thought about just acting like you, being like, let's go. Or, oh my god. Damn. So we just said Jujutsu Kaisen, so number 9.
Sakamoto Days.
4 Nights of the Apocalypse. To 8.
Sakamoto Days.
Undead Unluck.
Oh, yeah, go away.
I'm tasting it. 7.
Black Clover.
Rent a Girlfriend. We can just say it now. I liked Black Clover more than you did this week.
Yeah.
Number 6.
Hardboiled Cop and Dolphin.
9 Dragons Ball Parade.
Yeah.
5. Gotta get them all right to tie.
I know.
Pressure for 5.
Black Clover.
Yes!
Damn it.
Sakamoto Days.
I was gonna do Sakamoto Days. Fuck.
Now, number 4.
Black Clover.
Yeah? We got the big 3. Number 3.
Hardboiled Cop and Dolphin.
Yozakura Family. Number 2.
Hardboiled Cop and Dolphin.
Yeah, you got
And
5.
Boruto.
And the clear number 1 is Boruto.
Yeah.
Clear number 1. Right, Kitty? Even though you're like 14. Feels good to
Damn,
get
well,
the
the
dub.
streak is broken. And now it's, 5-2? So, Matt, I should bring up how we got into manga or anime.
You call this a podcast, don't you?
Yeah, so
So let's make it one then.
I kind of got into manga and anime. Well, first it was anime. And
Just like me.
I guess technically it was Pokemon, but I barely watched it. I more so like collecting the cards and playing the games. But really, the anime I really started watching first was Yu-Gi-Oh!
I never saw
When it was in the Duel's Kingdom. And I got so obsessed with Yu-Gi-Oh! And then I had to stay home from school when I was like in kindergarten or first grade. And because I was sick. And my dad it was one of his days off. And so he and I were just hanging out, and he wanted to go get me a movie to watch so we could watch it together. And he went through the Blockbuster.
Hold it. You went... If my parents were home when I was sick, they'd make me be in bed all day.
I wasn't in bed. I watched it in bed with him.
Like, they make me do nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'd do nothing, but they would just like, watch stuff or sleep. But
Well, they just want me to sleep.
yeah,
Although as I grew older and the world of the virtual life grew, they'd have me do more work.
yeah.
I'm sorry, continue.
Yeah. That's so good. So he went to the Blockbuster and asked for a copy of a Yu-Gi-Oh movie, and they said they didn't have anything. And then he said, "All right, well, what's the next best thing?" And then so they gave him the Dragon Ball Cooler movie. And I thought it was super sick.
Which one of them?
The first Cooler movie.
That was really good.
That was the first time I had seen anything of Dragon Ball. And so after that, he started getting, because there was a bunch of, because that was in like the 2000s. Almost all the movies are already made at the time, because I think they all came out in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So he just kept getting it's almost like every other weekend he'd go and get 1 or 2 Dragon Ball movies. So I basically watched almost all the movies.
I've only seen a handful.
Yeah. So I got really into Dragon Ball through that, and then so occasionally I'd be able to catch a few episodes on Toonami, and I thought that was cool. But I could never really get into the anime of Dragon Ball Z, just because it was never consistent. It'd be like I would get so many breaks in the middle because I couldn't catch the episode or whatever, so I never really got into it. And then I went to the library and realized that they had the entirety of the Dragon Ball manga.
Woo.
And so I went through all of that. It took me a long time because I could only get a few at a time. because it's like everybody wanted them.
My library is like that too.
Yeah. So I think it probably took me about 2 years to read the entire manga from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z. And then I just became a huge Dragon Ball nerd ever since. And from that on out, I wouldn't even consider myself, I guess, an anime or manga fan because I only read or watched Dragon Ball.
I wouldn't consider that either.
Yeah. At that time, because at that time I wasn't even into the anime of Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore. I still liked the card game and played it, but I didn't watch any of the anime or manga, so more so as a Dragon Ball fan for the longest time. And then it literally took probably like 10 plus years to start becoming a manga anime fan when I first started doing YouTube. And then I was like, okay, well, I watched Naruto. I watched the first couple arcs, really liked it. Got to My Academia, Black Clover. And
technically you were late.
Yeah. Yeah, so it took me a long time to actually... In fact, most of the time I was just like a Dragon Ball fan. But then getting into My Academia and Black Clover led me to get into so many other series now. Now, I don't even know how many... I mean, I'm reading 17 weekly, or some of the ones. So 16 weekly. There's a few monthly. Yeah. And then there's so many that I've started, like Bastard.
Never checked
Fairy Tail. Rubel Blot I've read a lot of. So I think if I added them together, I've probably read all of... I don't know, it's hard to count. I've read all of Naruto, a lot of One Piece, all of Toriko, all the ones I'm reading right now. I've at least read a significant amount of probably 30 plus manga. So now I'm a manga and anime fan, even though just that recent tweet that flew up, the guy got the biggest ratio in the history of Twitter, where he said that if you named off like 13 different animes, like, if you like all these, you're not an anime fan. Like,
I keep forgetting to count how many episodes combined, but I'd say it's approximately 3,000 episodes.
So one of my followers actually counted. I think it was he included like all those series, and he didn't even include like the spin-offs and stuff. And it was several thousand episodes of anime.
Exactly.
Yeah, and some are even slightly different genres too. So I don't know. That was
I
one of the dumbest
seen
tweets
some
ever.
of them.
Yeah.
Like, I plan on checking out Sailor Moon.
Yeah. I probably will too, because that's one of my girlfriend's favorites as well.
You have a girlfriend?
I hope so. Yeah. So, I started reading one of her favorite mangas. I didn't even include Fire Force. No, I didn't include Fire Force.
Yes, you did.
Rankings, but I've been starting reading Soul Eater a little bit.
Wait a sec. Kaiju is bi-weekly. No,
is it?
No, it isn't. My bad.
No, I thought it was weekly, and it just sometimes I'll randomly.
I was thinking of Spy Family because they're both in Jump Plus.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of how I got into manga and anime. It really just started as just Dragon Ball games.
Dragon Ball.
Although, like, do you remember one day when I got my braces, and my mom's like, "Oh, you don't have to go to school today," because I was in a bunch of like pain, because like the first day you have them is like really terrible pain.
I've always had some of the straightest teeth you'll ever see, and it just came natural.
Lucky. And I randomly watched One Piece, and I was like 11, 12. So, and I think I spent the entire day watching it, and I just remembered that and thought of this memory in like over 10 years. Yeah, I watched like 10, 12 episodes of One Piece, really liked it. Then just completely forgot about it until I did like a bit of a read-through a couple years ago. Well, at that time, just anime, even at that time, Dragon Ball kind of fell off for what I liked a lot. Like, I still liked it a lot, but it really, manga and anime kind of was a backdrop to comics, Call of Duty, Marvel, DC, especially the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That kind of became my main thing. It wasn't until I started getting back into Dragon Ball Super, and I was like, oh shit, the Dragon Ball, this is great. now that back at Dragon Ball Super, I'm like, wow, this is pretty shit compared to all the manga I'm reading right now. Not
In
all
the
of them,
heat of the
but
moment when I was watching Dragon Ball Super, I'm like, this is up there with Z. And
yeah.
looking back, no.
No. Yeah, no. I like it's like the fights are almost better, I guess,
You
or
could say that.
similar, but the story
is
just because Dragon Ball
that's
Zamasu
Zamasu
is a
arc.
really good story.
That's Zamasu arc. The power. Ugh.
Oh yeah, the power clipping. That's probably the worst. That is probably my favorite arc, though. Besides the Tournament of Power, but yeah. And now we got Record of Ragnarok. Record of Ragnarok is Dragon. If Dragon Ball Super had a good story,
it's historical. It's a historical Dragon Ball.
Yeah, pretty much.
I really like it.
Yeah.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Whew. I've been telling myself this story for years. In the shower. Let's see. The very first time I was exposed to anime, people like I would have like go to a friend's house and they'd just talk about it, and I'm like, yeah, okay, Dragon Ball Z, yeah, okay, whatever it is. And I had another friend growing up, my childhood best friend, and like he owned some of the Frieza saga, and he'd play it when I got to his house for the first time, and I watched like 5 minutes. I'm like, this is shit. This is so slow. Which, I mean, the Frieza saga is slow, so I was right back then. So, yeah, looking back, I shouldn't have said that, but yeah. And then, like, in 3rd grade, like, that was when the trend of Beyblades really just took off. Do you remember that?
I played with those, and I don't think I even knew there was a show when I played with them.
Like, I loved playing with them. And, like, I had a friend who really liked the show. I'm like, alright, I'm going to check out the show. Loved it. Loved it. The Beyblade Metal Fusion one. Just, I watched it so many times. And after that, like, I knew there was a show called Beyblade Metal Masters that existed. I'm like, this is not Beyblade Metal Fusion. So, I just ignored it. And then one day in class, it was still 3rd grade. Like, that same friend was talking to another friend. He's like, I watched the new episode of Beyblade Metal Masters the other day. I'm like, maybe I should check that out. I checked it out, liked it even more than Beyblade Metal Fusion.
Wow.
I'm like, oh my god. And I watched it so quickly that when I caught up, like, not all of the dubbed episodes were out yet. It was still airing on Cartoon Network weekly. So, like, I looked at the sub and, like, ew. So I just waited until, like, the end of the summer between 3rd and 4th grade, and I just watched the rest. And, like, I would like to... About that time, that's when the Beyblade Metal Fury, the 3rd season, was airing in Japan, and I would like to look a little peek just how far away I am. Little spoilers, characters I wasn't exposed to, and I was like, that was pretty cool. So, I love that, and so then they made their 4th season, their sequel, Shogun Steel. I'm like, this is dog shit.
Oh, God.
And, like, I think they were supposed to make another arc of Shogun Steel, but it was just canceled, I believe, so. I tried their next Beyblade anime, I'm like, this is not the same, this is garbage, so. It was in the dark, but the giant woke up in me to love the anime years later, so, let's see. It was in 4th grade or 5th grade when I dropped it. So a few years later, for my 7th birthday, I had decided, you know what, I want to do a tradition. I'm going to go to my favorite basketball team, the Indiana Pacers, as they live an hour away from me. So I went to go see the Pacers. My dad would take me, and he let me take 2 friends. The year prior, like, we saw them. And, oh my god, Indiana got blasted. Like, that was the year before Paul George broke his leg. And, oh my goodness. Like, that was supposed to be like the best team in the franchise history, and they scored about 23 points in the first half.
Oh,
So,
God.
yeah. So then I'm like, let's go again next year. Why not? So we watched it, and on the way down, on our way down, we were trying to, on our way before we go, like we were almost at Popeyes because I wanted to go there, and my cousin, he's like, "Have you seen Attack on Titan?" And I'm like, "Oh God," because I knew that my dad was trying to get me into it because like it was airing on Toonami at the time. I'm like, Attack on Titan, here we go again. He's like, "Yeah, I love it. I'm trying to get Matt into it." So then we went to Popeyes. Good ass shit. They always have terrible service, but it's always worth it. So then we went to the game. The Pacers won this time, despite no Paul George. It was the game. We went to the last game before he came back from his injury. So I'm like, oh well. I don't know. They still won. They were making a push to try to make the playoffs, and it was worth it. So when we got back, we went into my stepsister's room, just watching some YouTube. Me, my friend, my cousin, and my cousin pulls up this Attack on Titan abridged by Team 4 Star, and
No.
I just fell in love with that because it was so funny. He's like,
I have the most awkward boner.
I was like, all right, I'll give this series a shot. This looks cool. After I looked up a clip of, one of the scouts, or not the scouts, one of the recruits. They're recruits, right? One of the recruits got eaten, and Aaron just went off, and then I watched him get eaten. I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm watching this. So I went downstairs. I'm like, Dad, I'm ready to watch Attack on Titan. So he's like, I have the first half of the first season in Blu-ray, so here you go. I watched 5 episodes, got until where Aaron got eaten because cliffhanger at the end of every single episode. I'm like, since I already know this happened, I'm just going back to bed. And so the next day I watched the rest of it. And when I got back home from my dad's house, since my parents were divorced, I watched the rest of the series there. I watched it multiple times. I watched the trailers of the show because, I love me some Attack on Titan. And it would always say in the credits that Attack on Titan by the director of Death Note. I'm like, okay, I see Death Note recommended on Netflix. So I'm like, alright, I'll give it a shot. Death Note? Love Death Note. Just took off.
Yeah.
And I never truly fell in love with it until Naruto came, and especially when Naruto saved my life. Which I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah.
But, I eventually, in my freshman year of high school, I'm like, Bleach isn't coming back, I'll just read Bleach. And now Bleach is coming back, but I have already read this arc, so that was my first manga. But if my anime manga, how many I've at least started, I've finished most of them, I'd say it's around 250.
Holy crap.
So, yeah, my passion hasn't slithered one bit.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
You got any stories?
I actually forgot one part. It's kind of funny because I remember you used to be able to go to Costco, and they had VHS tapes of Dragon Ball Z, and then each VHS tape had 3 episodes on it. And my parents would randomly buy them, not knowing the order. So I had 3 episodes from Vegeta versus Buhan, 3 episodes from Goku and Vegeta versus Kid Buu, 3 episodes from Vegeta versus Semi-Perfect Cell, and then 3 filler episodes between the 7 days for the Cell games. And I would watch those 12 episodes They were completely in like different portions of the series over and over and over again. I probably watched them each like 20 times. And that's what I kind of lived. That's like what I lived off for anime was at these VHS tips and I'd rewatch these fights, the same 3 episodes each, and over and over and over again. Except for I didn't really watch the filler one a lot because that was boring. It was like
it's supposed to be boring.
Yeah, it's like Gohan. It's like slice of life for 3 episodes.
I skipped the fillers, so
yeah,
that's part of the reason why it's so high.
Gohan fights Tao Pai Pai in the filler.
I have no idea who that is.
That's the dude who like throws like a log, jumps on it, and flies away from the like early Dragon Ball.
If I look him up, I'll probably notice him.
Who's related to the guy who trained Tien? The Crane.
Oh, it's coming back to me.
Yeah, he comes back as like a cyborg.
The dude with the Chinese hair and the outfit.
Yeah, he comes back as a cyborg and fights Gohan. And like, there's like this whole filler episode where humans have created like these domes to protect themselves from Cell. Like it's actually gonna work and stuff like that. It's so stupid. But definitely didn't watch that one nearly as much as the others. But that's how Vegeta became my favorite character. It's because him versus Semi-Perfect Cell, and then him fighting Kid Buu while Goku tries to reserve energy for Super Saiyan 3.
But I knew growing up the entire time about Dragon Ball, but because of that early experience at my friend's house, I'm like, this is stupid. Like it's just screaming.
The anime definitely doesn't help with that.
But I have another friend. He's like, this is my favorite. I'm like, oh. And later, that year that I met him, he's like, he just came over once. And he's like, we're putting on Dragon Ball. You're starting this shit. And I remember fondly, I'm like, is this series about Goku's tiny penis?
Oh my god.
Because, like, if you've seen early Dragon Ball, you know what I mean.
Yeah. True.
It was entertaining. Would I give it an 8 out of 10? I'd say so. But if you need advice for how I got my analyst up so high, never rewatch or reread. Unless you're showing it to somebody, which is what I do.
I've read Dragon Ball 5 times, I think. Black Clover, probably more.
It's just unacceptable for me.
That's a good note to end on, is to never reread. Unless if you're me and you need to reread to make videos on it.
Like, I've already seen it.
Yeah.
I know there are so many great series there worth my time.
Yeah, the only reason I do is because if I have to make an analysis or like power scaling and stuff.
It doesn't fill me up with rage. It just ticks me off a little bit because it's your job.
Yeah. Hey, but one day I'll read whatever. Maybe if I can retire early or something. Retire and maybe give this channel to my son or something.
I still can't believe you have a girlfriend. When did that happen?
Months ago.
You gonna tell a story about that?
That's a story for a different time. Yeah.
By the way, I know everything, though.
I know. That's the funny part. Alrighty. Well, this is our extended Take a Guess podcast.
Okay, now this is a podcast.
Yeah, because now we do our ranking and then we talk about shit afterwards. So, there's that. Now it's way longer.
I can tell you stories about, I don't know, anything really.
Yeah, we'll get into that
like,
in later episodes.
It's like, because one time I went from so there's this one time I've been to the West Coast before. So flying back from Portland, where I visited, to Indianapolis, the airport, like I had to go from Portland to Seattle to Minneapolis to Indianapolis. At all the stops, I'm sitting next to that same dude. Like, the same... I'm like, is this real? So, stories like that.
Yeah. We'll definitely get into stuff like that. But, peace out, y'all. Like and subscribe.
Why do you always want people... Why do you beg for likes? Why do YouTubers do that?
It works, dude. That's the only reason why.
I never understood that.
That's why, dude, it just works. It really does.